Hello, and thank you for watching this October 12th weather update, brought to you by Agrible, the makers of Morning Farm Report. My name is Eric Snodgrass, and I'm a senior atmospheric scientist and co-founder of Agrible. The first 12 days of October have been close to ideal for harvest for many locations in the Corn Belt. Near average to slightly warmer than normal temperatures have been felt across the eastern Corn Belt, with slightly cooler than normal temperatures in parts of Missouri, Kansas, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. However, October has yet to produce a widespread frost event, which is a bit late for the northern parts of the Corn Belt. The last 7 days of precipitation have been dry too. Here is the 7-day accumulated precipitation map. From Ohio to Indiana to Illinois and Iowa, the last 7 days were practically void of rain. Minnesota and Wisconsin did see some precip last week, but amounts were mostly less than an inch, except in western Wisconsin. This has allowed the pace of harvest to accelerate as the crop is drying well in the field. It has also allowed the winter wheat planting pace to get ahead of normal in some parts of the Midwest. Grain trucks have been lined up at elevators for the last 15 days, and yields have looked pretty good in central Illinois near the Agrible headquarters. Here's a picture of the corn cano, as my kids call it, at the Andersons in Champaign, Illinois, where the grain is piled high behind the silos. Although yields are not as high as last year, total production is still quite high in this part of Illinois. Taking a quick look at the market, the USDA crop production report on October 9, 2015, had both corn and soybean yields increasing slightly, while total production of both crops was decreased overall since September due to lower harvested area. December corn futures declined on the news of higher U.S. corn yield outlook, despite a lower global corn stocks release in the WASDE report. November soybean futures rose on the news of lower overall U.S. production due to a decreased harvested area estimate. Well, getting right back into the weather, here's a look at the surface winds on Sunday night. High wind warnings and red flag warnings were posted on Sunday from Montana through the Dakotas, Minnesota, and Iowa. Most of the Corn Belt on Sunday experienced a warm and sunny day, fed by southerly winds and a lack of clouds. The weather to start this week, though, will be marked by the southward advance of a cold front from southern Canada. The main questions here are whether or not this front will drop temperatures below freezing and how much rain will accompany this shift in wind. Shown here are the afternoon high temperatures Monday through Thursday. Cooler air pushes through parts of the Dakotas and Minnesota on Monday and spreads southeast by Tuesday. By Wednesday and Thursday, this cooler air pushes off to the northeastern part of the United States, though. The first 4 days of the week stay relatively warm in the afternoon for this time of year for most of the Corn Belt. Overnight lows get progressively cooler toward the end of the week. Wednesday morning looks to be the warmest for the Corn Belt, but by Thursday and Friday morning, lower 30s near freezing can be found in the northern Corn Belt, while upper 30s into mid-40s can be found in the central parts of the belt. Friday night into Saturday, we will see widespread 30s and 40s across the Corn Belt for what will likely be the coolest morning so far this fall. Expect frost in low-lying areas in the northern parts of the Corn Belt. In terms of precipitation, some rain may accompany the cold front as it sweeps through the Midwest on Monday and Tuesday. But other than that, the week looks dry until the chance of rain again on Friday. However, that chance is small at this point. Here's the forecast for accumulated precipitation this week. Our Tractor Time product is indicating several great days of fieldwork for most of the Corn Belt this week. Looking briefly into next week, the forecast is for above-average temperatures in the western two-thirds of the country. The CPC is also calling for wetter-than-average conditions in this same area. Current forecast models suggest a more active weather pattern next week, but there is still uncertainty in the timing and amount of rain. Remember, changes can happen very quickly during this time of year, so we will be watching this forecast very closely. To finish, let's take a quick look at weather conditions in South America. Dryness across Mato Grosso is slowing the start of the soybean planting in the center-west region that produces almost half of Brazil's soybean crop. As of October 1st, roughly 2% of Mato Grosso's soybeans have been planted versus 5% normally. As we go further into October, it is important for the dry winter season pattern to shift towards the wetter spring season. This has still not occurred almost halfway into October. At this point, it still looks drier than normal going into the second half of October in Mato Grosso as well. The map in the background shows the forecast for precipitation through October 19th is drier than average. The highlighted graph shows Mato Grosso's deficit in rainfall for this time of year, even as some rain has moved into the area. In contrast, planting in southern Brazil, in Paraná and Rio Grande do Sul, is progressing normally, with Paraná reported to be planting at a faster pace than last year. Well, as always, we at Agrible will bring the latest and best weather forecast information through our morning farm report so that you can efficiently plan your operations. We thank you for your attention and hope you look forward to our next weather video update. Thank you.